On-board airline tonight. No smoking for the passengers.
You just saw me. You've taken my money off me for 600 fags, and I can't smoke one. Why?
Too much for the cabin crew.
Well done.
And smouldering passions on the training course.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Is this where I can hold you with? I like this.
Britannia Airways flies 50,000 nervous passengers a year.
So that I don't lose you. Come on, let's have a look.
And you're never too young to be scared of flying.
Right, will you come here with me?
I don't like airplanes.
You don't like aeroplanes?
No.
Why not? What's wrong?
I don't like. They fly right up into air and I don't like them.
Yes, but it's taking you on a lovely holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, come on. Let's see if there's any ladies there.
Come on.
It's all right, honey. You're all right. Come on with me. Listen.
Can't believe this.
37,000 feet up, Chief Steward BJ has a challenge.
I have to confess, this is a first. This is a first.
12-year-old Adam Mullaney has left his dental brace on his meal tray.
I mean, surely you know when you've lost a brace or you've got a brace and you've... I mean, I had a brace when I was a kid. There was no easy way of doing this, really.
Do you want to go and see the pilot? Should we see if you can see the pilot who's driving the aircraft?
That'd be very exciting. Let's go see where... No, it won't.
No, it's not going anywhere yet. I think
Right,
so.
stand there, sit there, let's have a look. What does this do?
What's that? Let's have a look.
Hey!
Headphones as well.
Oh, look, headphones as well. Oh, look at these, you've got some purple ones. Right, plug them in here, let's have a listen. What's going on in here? Right, let's have a look then.
Right, just to help me find this, what does it look like?
It's like a little pink thing that's got some metal coming out the side.
It's like what colour?
Pink.
Pink.
Yeah.
With bits of metal?
Yeah, all around the edge.
Around the edge?
It's like a crab.
Like a crab?
It's pink with grey legs.
So I'm looking for a pink crab with metal legs?
Yeah. About the size of your palate.
Well, it is palate.
Well, it is palate, yeah. And it's wrapped in tissue.
And it's wrapped in tissue. So I've got to look through all the... Could have just left it on the side, could you? Oh, no. Right, OK, not a problem. So a pink crab, the size of his palate, with metal legs, wrapped in tissue. Easy. What is that?
And we have one birthday on board the aeroplane today, Mr. John Bateman in row 5. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday from Linda, Ricky, Laurie and Jay. Simon Bates, eat your hearts out.
Oh. Hey, what's this? What's this? What's this? That's it! Well, the bad news is I found it. And the good news is you're going to have to wear it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And I've washed it as well.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Thank God for that.
You was nervous?
Yeah.
On the cabin crew
it's only
training
our group,
course,
but it's,
likely lads Aaron and Jason are on a mission to get a date with Tracy, their trainer.
Tracy's car.
No wonder she's doing 110 passes with her
I know, she didn't
airbrushing
notice
this
us
morning.
did she, when she come past us?
I tell you, if this is what she can afford, though, you know what I mean?
Blanket on the back seat.
Blanket, pillows. She's got the works. I could just pick her up and
whisk her away.
take her off home, yeah.
She's nice.
Oh, there you go. I would never say that to her. So what did they actually say?
Well, both of them were in there, and they both said, what are you doing tonight then? How do you fancy coming out for a drink? And I says, no, I've got the kids. And they said, well, we'll come round to you then. We'll bring some...
This is Jason and Aaron.
Jason and Aaron, yeah.
That's okay. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Sorry. Have you got any spare nappies, please? Sorry, it was just...
No,
Today, the trainees are learning how to deal with problem passengers.
Oh, we've just been stuck at the airport for 4 hours with this blinking rain and everything. I've run out of nappies and my little Josie needs... Really, honestly, I'm sorry, but it's... Oh, don't worry, my darling, it's all right, it's all right. Oh, I'm sorry, but... Sorry, the smell as well, sorry, it's just the customs...
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and have a word with the other passengers with babies, see if they've got any nappies
Please,
on board.
I'm sorry.
If they've got any spare ones, then...
Can it be quick, sorry, because it's just leaking through on the side here.
All right, no worries. I'll get you some...
Don't worry, my
is it leaking
darling,
badly,
it's
or is
all
it...
Yeah. And
Badly?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Very good, very good. How do you think Aaron handled that then?
Really well.
He did.
Came
He
down
did.
to level and,
It was good thinking as well about asking another passenger.
and also he asked for the age of the nappy.
Yeah.
Sizes.
It was very good. If the baby's irate, then the mother's going to be irate.
Yeah.
If you can calm the mother down, then it's a big help. Yeah, you did really well, Aaron. Well done. Well done.
Does that mean we get a date now?
No.
Britannia headquarters in Luton. Arrangements are being made for a passenger with special needs.
He's got a skin condition, so he blisters easily if you touch him or knock him. He's taking a special pump on board as well.
How big's the pump?
It doesn't actually say, but I thought if we sit him at the front...
7-year-old Scott Schofield is going to Spain with his mum Alison. He suffers from a rare condition called epidermolysis bullosa.
His illness is characterised by blistering of the skin. He's got fragile skin, which is both on the outside of his body and on the inside, internal linings of his body.
Move to the bed.
This morning, Scott's got blisters on his eyes, which means he can't open his eyes. It's erosion on his eyeball, which is caused just by his eyes moving in his sleep, which rub on his eyelid.
Tomorrow we've got a special meal that needs to be ordered from Mrs. Schofield. It's on the 464 Alpha. It's a child meal that needs to be liquidised. No lumps at all.
Right, I'm coming. I do bring up Scott in the way that he's got to stick up for himself and not to be frightened or ashamed of his illness.
I might have blisters, but I'm still a normal little boy, and I like doing what other boys do, especially football.
Scott's eyes are expected to heal before the flight, and Alison is hoping he'll be able to enjoy his holiday.
I'm really looking forward to going on my holidays. I love aeroplanes, I think they're great.
At Manchester Airport, Kathy Duffy has her hands full.
This is turning into a bit of a nightmare, darling.
The Woodhouses have turned up for their Palma flight 10 minutes before takeoff.
Well, we run a public house and it's a very demanding business, and one thing after another, and just got behind so far, you know. It's incredible how things crop up.
Just got a call a couple of minutes ago from check-in saying, Kathy, we've got a problem. So I said, what? So we've got 2 people turned up. So what?
They're still expecting to catch the plane, but they're so late their seats have been resold.
It turns out that Thompson's have done some seat sales, OK? These 2 people have now turned up, and they're cruise passengers. They're not just passengers wanting to go on the flight, they're cruise passengers.
If they miss the plane, they miss the boat and the start of their Mediterranean cruise.
Thanks, guys. Let me just have a quick word before you close.
But there's nothing Kathy can
Have a
do.
quick word with him, Deb.
There are no spare seats. Her priority now is to prevent a delay.
I would go. You've got all these people on board who have the right ticket to be on this plane. I think you should go.
Right, let's go.
You've got the right passengers.
Pat has found her second nervous passenger of the day.
Okay. You sure? Do you want to come down with you?
No, all right.
All right. Wait till everyone's on, and then just get on and go. Have you had a drink?
No, I don't drink.
Oh,
Just
right.
smoke.
I can't recommend that then.
The Palmer flight is leaving, unbeknown to the Woodhouses.
Well, hopefully they're going to come and let us know exactly when we can go to the gate and which gate we've got to go to, and we can get there as fast as can.
Britannic flight BY 2208 to Thessalonica.
Takeoff and landing, I have my head between my knees and I grip the sides of the seats and pray and cross myself constantly. But it's worth it.
Time to break the bad news.
They couldn't take a delay on it.
Oh dear.
We can take you to Malta on a Britannia flight tonight. The ship goes from here, it goes to Malta.
Yeah.
We can get you to Malta so that you can meet up with the ship on Sunday afternoon, if that's what you want to do.
Britannia Airways flight BY 2228 to Malta.
Finally they're off, and still smiling, even though they've paid £90 extra and lost 2 days of their cruise. Little do they know, their troubles are just beginning.